Let's look at our fabric chart at the bottom of page 22. So the fabrics that we are using this time, we're still not going to use fabric D1 or D2. Notice that those have to do with the D1 units, and we're not messing with those this month, and we're not messing with these T templates either. So the fabrics that we are going to be cutting are fabrics D4, D5, and D6. So those three fabrics. Let's go ahead and head over to D4 to see what we need to cut. All right, fabric D4 starts at the bottom of page 24 on the left-hand side. You can see that fabric D4 is going to be used on several template layout sheets, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a couple of templates for the D2 units. So we should have 8 7-inch strips, and thanks to Shannon, you should have those already cut. We want to stack those right side up in 2 sets of 4 strips each. We're going to start with one set of the 4 strips, one of those stacks, and we're going to place our template layout sheet number 7 and template layout sheet number 8. In addition to that, we're also going to do the single template D2R. Once we have those stacked, we can cut out across each of these, cut this all out, and then continue cutting into the individual pieces. All right, and we're going to have 4 of each of those. And go ahead and put a paper clip on the sew side, remember, of those. And as you're cutting, you can also put a little swatch of fabric in your fabric chart if you want to. Let me show you that. So you have the printout of the fabric chart that came with your fabric packet, but if you'd like to put it into your pattern itself, you could go ahead and put a little swatch of fabric here, kind of like I did for fabric D7 and D8 from last time. Continuing with fabric D4, now we need to do some more of the template layout sheets. So this time we're going to take our other stack of 4 and we're going to place layout sheet 9 and layout sheet 10 and the D2L single template onto the second group. So we're going to have 4 pieces that are cut. You're going to go across this line and this line, and then just kind of cut that out. Again, once you do that, then you can cut into the individual pieces, put paper clips on these, and put them in your bag, which in this case is bag 3. Hey guys, here we are with fabric D4. There are 8 strips total, but the instructions tell us to do 2 sets of 4. So this is my first set of 4. And on this set of 4, I have 3 separate sets of templates. One is template layout sheet 7, which I actually started cutting up before I pressed record. Oops. So I'll walk you through what I did with that. And then we have template layout sheet 8 and single template DR1 are the templates that are shown in the instructions that we do on this. So the first thing that I did was I cut template layout sheet number 7 from the rest. So I made this cut right here, and I'm just going to set the rest of the group aside. And then we're going to cut along each line. Line 1 and line 2 have already been done. I'll demonstrate with line 3 so you can see what I have been doing, and then I'm just going to get the rest of these cut and come back to you. So there's 3. I'm just going to keep cutting, and I'll come back in a minute. I do want to show you something as we get towards the end. We're going along kind of in order, and then suddenly, after I did cut number 5, which was here, this is cut number 7, and notice if I do that first, I'm going to cut right across this template. So be careful here. We need to do number 6 first, and then number 7. This you can see is a scrap, and we are going to discard that. You can keep it for applique if you want, but it's not needed in this quilt. Okay, I've discarded my scrap, and notice that almost all of these just say section D3 for DR4. So there's no distinction between these for the section number. They're all pretty much identical. So I am just going to paper clip each one separately. We're not going to stack all these together and put one paper clip on the whole thing. We need these individual stacks when we go to sew. The only one that's different is this one. I'll paper clip it too. Remember, paper clip on the sew sides. So I'm going to do that next. All right, so I've paper clipped the sew sides. All of these are my section 3s. This is my one section 4. And in order to keep those together in my bag and not have to go searching for all of them later in a mix of other things, I'm going to go ahead and take a binder clip and put that on this set. I'm going to do the same thing with the next set of fabrics, which is template layout sheet 8, and I'll show you the result of that. All right, so I have cut out the template layout sheet number 8 following the cut lines again. And because all of these have the same designation on them except for one, I'll put that one on the top, and I'm just going to binder clip all these together as well so that they stay together in bag D4. The last thing I need to do is just simply cut out this D2R1 template, paper clip it, and also put it in the bag. I just wanted to point something out to you. I have gone ahead and cut off the main edges here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this off as well, but I'm not going to worry about this. Remember, all of these templates are oversized, and it's not going to hurt it to be a little more oversized, but I don't want it coming to a point when it isn't supposed to, so I am going to cut that off. And so I'll paper clip this and put that back in bag D4 as well. All right, now I have the second stack of the D4 fabrics. Remember, it's 4 of them. And this time I'm using the left side templates, which are template layout sheet 9 and 10, and then the single template D2L-1. I'm not going to bore you with going through all of the cutting for this because it's identical to what we just did. Everything's just kind of a mirror image because this is the left side instead of the right. And once you paper clip everything and binder clip each template layout sheet set together, you're going to put those back in bag D3.